Welcome to the Crosstown Nine. Chris and John here, and I'm not even going to start with anything. I'm going to give the first 5 minutes, maybe less than that, to you, so you could talk about your Knicks. You could talk about the celebration. I'm just going to give it to you before we even go. Go ahead.
I was wondering if you were going to bring it up. Yeah, man.
Of course I'm going to bring it up.
I was crying. It was crazy. Like, because they've just been so bad for so long that for them to actually have won it and in the fashion that they won it, just like coming back from double digits down in every game that they won, it was just crazy. And then I was talking to, there were some people over like around halftime. They're like, "How are you doing? Like, are you nervous?" And I'm like, you can't really be nervous when they came back from 29 down in the second half. Like, you just kind of have to wait until things happen. And then things happen, and Jalen Brunson goes for 45 to close it out. So, yeah, dude, it's an unreal feeling, and it feels different now than, like, obviously I've seen the Yankees win a World Series, the Giants win 2 Super Bowls, but, like, I was so young and a kid when those happened that I don't think I fully appreciated them. So now the Knicks winning this championship, I appreciate it just so much more than the other ones.
It's the first New York championship in the Big Four since the Giants in what, like 13 or something like that?
Yeah, and
or 12, whenever
11,
they won
12,
that one.
yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I get thrown off by like basketball and football because like it's the 11th season, but they won in 2012, or it's the 2012 season, but
I'm
they
the
won in
same way.
2013. So it gets confusing. But it's the first major New York champion. Now they have had other ones like
yourself in trouble.
NYCFC and the Liberty and all these other ones. But in the Big Four, 3 letters, this is the first one in a long time. Yeah, I remember the Yankees winning the World Series in 2009. I was still in high school at the time, for anybody that's wondering. I just celebrated my 33rd birthday. So it's been a minute since they've been there. I mean, they were there a couple of years, won it all, I should say, because they were in the World Series just a few years ago. But congratulations to your Knicks. With basketball, probably never know that feeling because my team can't even make it to the first round, if making it to the playoffs even happens. So congratulations to the Knicks.
If the Knicks can do it, anyone can do that.
But like, we're talking about the Knicks and the Magic. Magic have only been to 2 championships ever, got swept and basically got swept. So that's the whole history of it. But it's all good because the Yankees will hopefully turn it around and get it going. In this episode of the pod, we're not going to do as many updates. The Yankees won today of recording. Big home run by Ben Rice. But actually, before we move on from the Knicks thing, I think I said the last episode, 2 episodes ago, the Spurs were the better matchup. Like, it was good that the Spurs won because it'd be a better matchup for the Knicks. That's why I gave myself a pat on the back for having some NBA, for having some knowledge, having some ball knowledge. Anyway, we're not going to give too many updates or anything like that. Not much has changed overall for the Yankees or for baseball, but we do have a fun game we're going to try. The Yankees have had some holes. There are now some names coming up in trade rumors with about a month and a half before the trade deadline is going to come up. So I compiled a list of 14 names that are in rumors, quote unquote, we'll call it, because, there is no actual trade blog. This is a video game. Yeah, you never know. But these are guys that are reported to be like looked at. People say should probably be traded for rebuilding purposes or on teams that are just going the wrong direction. Most of that means they're a team that stinks, or they're a guy on a team that probably isn't going to make it, so they should trade him before the contract ends. So I'm going to go through this list. We're going to give it a love it, but never going to happen. A good fit, but I just don't see it. Good fit and should do it. Bad fit, but wouldn't hate it. And just straight up bad fit. I will give you the player. I'll give you the team. Some of these I probably don't have to. Some of these, if you're like, I'm not sure who that is, I can give you the team. I only think there's going to be one that you might be like, not 100% sure who that is. But he's heavily rumored for the Yankees, so I wanted to throw him on there. All right, yeah. Ready to go? Let's do this. Let's make our list.
Because we're in a weird spot in the season where, like, things can still swing week to week in terms of who's buyers and who's sellers. So I'm curious to see what some of these names are and how I'm going to react to them.
Definitely some sellers, though. There's definitely some guys that are sellers right now as we speak.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put the first one on the list. I might give it my opinion first before I say the name. Maybe not. How should I do that? I already know the list. Should I say I
Yeah,
don't
give your
think this is
opinion
ever going to
first.
happen, but blank, or give the
Yeah.
list and then give my opinion? What do you think?
No, give your opinion first on the name.
Okay. I don't think this is I would love to see it, but I absolutely do not think it's going to happen. It's Tarik Skubal, who is probably the biggest trade deadline guy. His contract's about to expire. They're probably not going to re-sign him. If you're going to get you could get massive value from. I know he's injured, going to be coming off the injury list. Massive value for him now. He's out for the rest of the year if I'm correct, right? Or is
No,
he
he came
only a
back.
couple
I think he
months?
pitched. I think he pitched this past Saturday.
Did he
I don't know
already
how
come
well it.
back?
I don't know how well it did.
I don't even remember what his injury was at this point. Let's see if
He pitched
4
yesterday.
strikeouts, a walk, 5 hits, 2 earned runs in 5 innings. So yeah, he did pitch the other day. So I would love to see this because he's really good. I just do not see that happening whatsoever.
Yeah, yeah, it's a fun game to play of Tarik Skubal in the Yankees rotation, and then moving 2 arms into the bullpen when Fried is back. Because I think you're now automatically putting Weathers in the bullpen and probably Will Warren in the bullpen if they were, unless they have to trade one of them in that, which I don't think the Yankees want to do. So I don't think the Yankees want to trade any of their depth for a 1-year rental or half a year rental and coming
Yeah.
off an injury. So I would love it, but there's no way it's going to happen. And I've seen a lot of the rumors online, and I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. Now, if you're asking me, is he going to be traded? I would probably say it's probably going to happen just because the Tigers are in a tailspin down, and I just don't think they're going to re-sign him. Now, if you're the Tigers, that's a tough thing to do. He's so good. So maybe it's not is it going to happen? I think so. It's more of a it probably should happen if you're the Tigers because you can get massive amounts of value for that. So I have it as that. I'm assuming you have it as
Yeah.
don't see it. Yeah, don't see it happening. I
Would
guess I
love
don't have don't see. I guess we didn't put don't see it happening. Did we have love it, good fit, don't see it? I would say good fit. I don't see it though. How about that? Because I would love to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen. That's where I would go with that.
Yeah, I wonder if the Tigers will wait until closer to the deadline just to see if they can salvage the
Turn it
season at
around.
all. Yeah,
Yeah,
especially with the weak
yeah.
AL.
I was going to say the AL, especially the AL Central. That is
Yeah.
still pretty weak. Here's one that is a little close. This one's probably going to be a trade. I said good fit, but don't see it because of exactly what you were saying. You can move some guys to the pen, which would be great. Reed Detmers with the Angels. I hope I said his last name right there. I think he's going to be traded for sure from the Angels. I think picking up another arm and a pretty good arm, he'd be kind of the back of the rotation guy, especially when all the other guys come back. Like Cole Rodon's already back. When Fried comes back, like he'd be towards the end of the rotation. Be a good arm there, and then you can take one of those arms, put it in that bullpen that's a little shaky. I will say, going before we go forward, there aren't that many relievers on the supposed trade block or trade rumors. The ones that are almost all Red Sox. And that's just not going to happen. You're not going to see a Red Sox reliever
World is
come to the
Chapman.
Yankees.
Trading
Chapman,
back to the Yankees.
Whitlock. There was a couple of them. Yeah, Chapman's not coming back, especially because he just sued them or something like that. But like Chapman, Whitlock, there was 5 relievers and they were all in the Red Sox. So it was very thin pickings, and you really had to look into, do they go get a starter and move someone to the bullpen, because they do have some starters that can easily go to the bullpen. So I gave it a good fit, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either, especially it's another half a year rental. I just looked up his contract. I
Yeah.
think he just has the rest of this year left. But I think the same reason as Skubal. I think they can get a lot for him. And I just don't think the Yankees are could give up those prospects, especially because they're already deep at starting pitching. That I'd be surprised if that's the direction they go, unless it's like a Skubal type, like top tier proven guy
Yeah. It has to
that
be a
they can
guy
slide in
that,
1 or 2.
yeah, I was going to say, it has to be a top of the rotation guy that like if you were to resign these guys, you'd need it to be someone like Skubal or something like that, and that gives you a chance to do it. So that same thing, good fit, but probably just don't see it. This is my first good fit and should do it, and that's Hunter Goodman, Colorado Rockies.
Yeah.
He is heavy in trade rumors right now. He is a absolutely great catcher, hitting catcher. On the Rockies, that's always, people are like, oh, Rockies, their stats are blah, blah, blah. I think this is one they should just go for. They need to upgrade. I know Ali Sanchez had 2 hits today or whatever. They need to upgrade the catcher position desperately.
Yeah, and I think because of he has a lot of years of control, I believe, that I think it's an investment worth making because he can then be your catcher, not even just this year, but in a bit of the long term, which I think would really ease a lot of, I'm not even going to say question marks. They've been bad at catcher offensively. So I think having him be another option there and solidify that position, even if it's just to make it average, I think is a huge move to make.
Yeah, but then you gotta have all the people like, well, the Rockies hitters, is he gonna even be good? It's like, he's good, trust me. He hits everywhere he goes. Now, is he a great defensive catcher? That's still to be determined, but he is good. Trust me on this one. I have another one here that was I know it's funny because I know with Detmers I put a good fit, but I don't see it. I think I put that more because I could see that one happening more, but I guess his thing's gonna go up. I guess it would be around the same, good fit, but don't see it. Joe Ryan, the Twins starter. Again, a guy that's really heavy in trade rumors for about the same reason I would say for Detmers is you move a guy to the pen and I think he's better than Detmer, so he probably is more of like a 3 or a 4, like maybe for the Yankees still a 4, but he's probably a 3 or 4 rather than a 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think it's one of those I just don't see it happening for the same reasons we said for Skubal and Demers. This is like,
Well, I don't see it happening because the Twins never trade anybody. They never trade anybody except for Josh Donaldson one time. Like, they don't trade anybody that's on their team, and they just kind of keep running it out, and then they're mediocre, and then they fall apart. The Twins are like in that like middle ground, I believe, right now. I don't have the standings right in front of me, but they have just looked so bad. They look so subpar that all of their players are in trade rumors now. So
well, yeah,
he's
because they've been like a middling team. Like they just kind of like if
they
the
always
players
are.
get hot, they win 5 in a row. But then if they and then they lose 10 right after that, and they're just
I was
like,
gonna say, and then they think they're in it, and then they lose 10, and they're back out of it, and then they win 6, and they're back in it, and they lose 5,
because
and they're back out of it.
they should probably trade Joe Ryan. They should trade Buxton. Like, get your assets and try to build an actual contender again in the AL as well. So yeah, they're 33 and 40.
Since you brought it up, another one I had on there was Byron Buxton.
I would do it.
I said a good fit and should do it. Grisham has been a little bit better, but overall, Buxton's just a better player. The only problem with Buxton is he can't stay on the field, which the Yankees definitely have a lot of that.
He's a perfect fit.
He's a perfect fit for the Bronx because he can't stay on the field. But he is just like an unbelievable player in every way, shape, and form. He is fast as anybody. It would add a lot of speed to the team, which stealing a lot of bases the Yankees are, and he would just help with that. Great defensively, power bat, does not hit for average, but somebody that would come in and really help turn around the bats. Bats haven't been bad, but he'd be a great fit. I think better than Grisham overall. But the only problem is another righty in the lineup when you want more lefties. I guess we'll stay in because we both said the same thing. Let's stay in the outfield. As I jump around this list a little bit, because another outfielder that's very heavily in trade rumors, although because of history, I'm going to assume will never happen, is Mike Trout. And I had this as bad fit, but wouldn't hate it. I had it as bad fit, but wouldn't hate it. It's a bad fit because the money's crazy. It's a bad fit because he's not he's not the elite center fielder he used to be. The only reason I wouldn't hate it, it has nothing to do with the Yankees. It has more to do with get Trout out of the Angels. Like, that's why I wouldn't hate it.
I think if we didn't have a logjam at DH, like with the whole Stanton thing, and you can get the Angels to do what Miami did with the Stan contract, where you like kind of take some money off, move some money down the road, so it's not as big of a hit. I could see it where he would fit on the team because then you're gonna have either him and Judge sharing time at DH, have another corner outfield, or if he wants to play center, move Belly to right or left. Um, that's where I would make sense. Like I can see it, but just the contract just doesn't make sense.
I would say Grisham would probably be moved out. He'd probably be moved in the trade,
It'd be the
most likely.
yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
he'd
yeah,
probably be in the trade because that's 25 million.
in a
You know, you're
1 year
getting off, and it's 1 year,
expiring.
so the Angels don't care. They're gonna. It's almost like a basketball, right? Like an expiring contract. They'll just whatever play
They
out the rest of
probably
the year.
honestly just flip him right away and try to get, even if it's a
Yeah,
low A
some sort of
prospect,
prospect. Yeah, some
and
sort of
send him to a
prospect for his one
contender.
year. But I would assume you'd put Trout in center, Judge in right, Belly in left,
Yep.
Stanton at DH, flipping probably with Goldschmidt, who's still been hitting the cover off the ball. But like we talked about last episode, he was doing this last year as well before he started to fall down a little bit. I will say today his defense did not look great. There was a throw by that. The throw was definitely the reason it went by, but the fact that he didn't try to come off the base at all to do anything, like I was like, this is a guy that was a platinum glove winner. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I
He's
just
getting
kind of,
too old for it now.
yeah, I guess he's just getting too old for it because his defense was pretty rough today. But I had that as a bad fit, but wouldn't hate it. I don't think it's the greatest fit.
I've
Very
always wanted him in
expensive. Can't stay
pinstripes.
in the field.
Mm.
But I've always would have loved Mike Trout in New York. Let's stay with the Angels and someone that probably is more of a fit for the Yankees. It's Zach Neto. Is it Neto or
Yeah,
Neto? I don't know
Neto.
which one it is. Neto, cool. Zach Neto, shortstop, great defender. His hitting has not been what it was a couple years ago, but obviously the Yankees have a hole at shortstop. Although Volpe has looked a little bit better the last couple days, he's been very clutch. I'll say that, but overall, just hasn't been able to put it together. We already know their whole shortstop situation. Go back to previous episodes if you really want
Every
to learn about
episode.
it. Yeah, so I don't think he's going to be as expensive. There's another shortstop. There's a couple more shortstops I have on this list that I think would be more expensive. I think it would be a good fit. I think they should go do it. I have that
Yes.
for a couple. I have it for a couple of these shortstops. I think it's a good fit, and they should probably go do it.
Yes, I agree. I think there are I don't think you can name a shortstop that would be like, I don't think so. Because
Yeah,
even in the thing with Volpe is the frustrating part is that he can be so good for 3 to 5 games and then fall off a cliff for a month, and then we're having the same conversation.
yeah, and then we're just back to the same thing. We're
Now
back
you're
to
back
like,
to throwing Caballero in there, to, like, relieve him, and then hopefully Volpe gets hot again, and it's just the same thing. We've seen it every year now, that I'd rather move off of him, bring in someone who can be consistent. Because even if it's like, okay, his bat's not great, neither is Volpe's.
yeah,
And if his
100%.
defense can be consistent and you get consistent average offense, that's great.
And
That's a ex
I think that's the biggest problem with Volpe as well is like his defense is inconsistent, where Neto's defense would be more more on par. You want to just stay with the shortstops? I'm jumping
yeah,
around my list a little bit. So
let's do it.
this let's do the one. I have love it, but will never happen on this one because of the team and the level. Jeremy Pena, who has been in a lot of
Ooh,
trade rumors because the Astros have been pretty bad. I believe he's still injured. Maybe he just came back recently. He's on my fantasy team. I should know this. He might have just come back recently, but he would be a really good shortstop option. Good
yeah,
bat,
he's
good defensively, but there's no chance that they're going to make that trade.
no, I think either direction.
Yeah.
I think the Astros would be more inclined to trade him to the Yankees than the Yankees would want to trade for him, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think the Yankees would want to send good prospects to the Astros, and God forbid they all hit.
Yeah,
And now you have the Astros
that's the
getting
big
good.
one. They
Yeah.
send the prospects that would have to go for that to the Astros, and then they all hit, and then you're like, well, that's now these Yankee prospects become big, and it becomes juice for whenever the rivalry picks back up and the Astros are
Yeah.
good again. So I have that
I
as
would
a
love
love
it
it, but
though.
never gonna happen. Yeah,
I
me too.
didn't expect that name to but I would like that move a lot. I think he's a really good. Like I thought that when he started like really showing out for them, I was like, great, the Astros are going to be great for another 10 years. It's going to be the
Yeah.
same stuff in the playoffs.
Who would have guessed they have no pitching? Which is like, I'm being serious. Like,
Yeah,
that
it's
was their
crazy.
bread and butter when they won, whatever, 17. You would say whatever you want. And then when they won their second one, it was the pitching that
Yeah.
led the team, and the pitching has just been awful for them. The last shortstop I have on here, it shouldn't surprise you at all, CJ Abrams. He's been on Yankee rumors for over a year now. He's very heavily on Nationals trade rumors. Obviously, at the end of last year, he had that whole staying out too late, past curfew thing, at the all that other stuff that's been happening with him. He's been hitting the cover off the ball. He's been really good defensively. Has been pretty good as well. Much better than he's been the previous couple of years. Lefty bat. I thought I thought they should have done it last year at the trade deadline because they needed someone there as well, and he was on the trade block, quote unquote, then as well. I think he's like the perfect fit for the Yankees. I think I brought up him and O'Neal Cruz maybe 5,000. There's only been 11 episodes. I brought them
That's
up
who I thought. I
5,000
thought you were going to
times.
bring O'Neal Cruz up. I was ready for it.
I could not see anything of O'Neal Cruz on trade blocks. O'Neal Cruz has
He's
never
so
been
bad
like linked.
defensively. That's why.
Yes, he's awful. He's never been linked to the Yankees. I more say O'Neal Cruz because I think he would excel as a Yankee. You know what I mean? Like, he would get hype. People will go crazy when he hits that ball into the fourth deck. If he hits it onto the subway because he hits the ball 500 feet, he hits it harder than Stanton. Now you have the three hardest hitters in the lineup at the same time, like all that stuff. Plus, he could play center, or they could put him at shortstop. He has an absolute cannon. I thought it would be a great fit. He's hurt now as well, but I didn't see any O'Neal Cruz rumors. But I saw a ton of CJ Abrams rumors, and there was some last year as well. There was some in the offseason. He's been connected with the Yankees in rumors for a long time.
Yeah, I think that's going to be, if they were to trade him, it'll be contingent on them falling out of the race because they're a game back with the wild card. That I don't see them making that big of a move from the Nationals. If you're the Yankees, if you could get a trade like that for him, 100%. Especially because it looks like he's been a middle of the bat guy for them in their lineup. That if you can bring him in and either keep him somewhere in the 5-6 position and move everyone down, or move him down and extend your lineup. That's a huge. Again, that's the issue with, especially with Judge out. The lineup is that you have so many holes that if you can add consistent offensive pieces there, it extends it so much. And in addition to their pitching, I think that would be great. So I think someone like that would be perfect addition.
I have a feeling they're going to fall out a little bit. Their pitching has been subpar, and it's just a matter of time before they start coming back to earth. That happens a lot with these teams, especially at this point. They look like they're overachieving, and then you get to July and they start to slip a little bit. And then if a smart GM is around, he goes, "Okay, I got to make a move." So let's go. I have two here. One that I think is a bad fit, but I don't even have it as I wouldn't hate it. I put it in here because he's always rumored. He was rumored for the Yankees for a long time. Not this year, but seeing he's back on rumors, I wanted to bring him back up. That's Luis Arraez. He gets brought up like previous years all the time. Yankees should get him. Yankees should get him. But he's just not really like a fit. He probably might be my first bad fit, and maybe my only bad fit. I don't know where you put him. I get it. He can hit the ball, and you're not gonna put him at second. You're not going to put him at first. He's not really a third. You're not going to DH him. He's not really a third baseman. You're not going to put him in the corners. He's not playing center. So where does he even fit? But for some reason, when you look up Yankees trade rumors, Luis Arraez is always towards the top of that list.
Yeah, and I think in previous years, the question has always been for the Yankees second base and first base. So it made sense, especially when the Yankees were flirting with putting Jazz at third. That move kind of made more sense. But now Jazz is established as your second baseman. You have Ben Rice turning into an MVP style of first baseman. That trade doesn't make sense. There's no there's no room for him anywhere.
No. So that's our first and only bad fit. I think he's going to be the only bad fit of this entire list, honestly, with only a couple names left on it. We can wrap up the position players, actually another Giant as well. Casey Schmidt, who's their third baseman. He also plays a little outfield for them. He's been hitting the absolute cover off the ball, with the Giants kind of fastly being out of the race. And he's not really an established name. You could probably get something for him right now because he's hitting so well. The Yankees obviously need third base help. Ryan McMahon has not been as good. I would put this, first of all, I would say good fit and do it because he's a really good third baseman. I think he'd be great. But I would see it more as a good fit, but it won't happen, or love it, never gonna happen, because they just traded for McMahon a few years ago and you'd be giving up on him already. Unless he's in the deal, I just don't see it. I know they don't really play. McMahon has not seen the field like consistently for a while now. That's the reason I even put this in here. But it would mean they're giving up on that trade if they're moving on to Casey Schmidt.
Yeah, and I don't know. I need to see what Casey Schmidt's contract is, because I think that's another thing that's holding Yankees up from doing anything big at third base. Because the similar stuff with the shortstop, right? They want to give it to Volpe. That I think they're just saving third base for Lombard. So I doubt that if they trade for anyone that'll take over one of those positions, that it's going to be anything long term, unless it's like a crazy good player.
Well, he is only 26. Let me go back, actually, make sure I'm right. He's 27. I know he plays third, but they actually have him listed as a DH. I saw a game with
He's still in pre-arbitration.
He plays third for them sparingly because he goes on and off with Matt Chapman. So that would be why. It's funny Matt Chapman didn't come up, I guess, because his contract is so big.
He just signed an extension.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, he's not going to be going anywhere. But Casey Schmidt plays first, third, and corner outfield. He plays a lot more left field than anything else. But it's mostly because of the it's mostly because he is blocked by Matt Chapman at third base, which would also make sense to move on from him, right? They just re-signed Chapman to a big extension. Schmidt's not really an outfielder. He's just kind of put there because they need him there to have his bat in the lineup. He has 15 home runs. He's batting .275. You trade him somewhere, he moves back to a natural position. Plus, you get some value from him because you're going to get some prospects and stuff like that.
Yeah. I just don't see them doing anything like that.
Yeah.
I think the only position that I can see them making a trade is catcher, position player. Maybe shortstop,
I think so as well,
if it makes sense. I wouldn't be mad at them getting an outfielder. Like, if they could find a way, although Trent's been better, but I think he just got hurt. But I think if they could find a way to move Trent and get a better outfielder, I wouldn't be mad at that.
I don't see an outfielder because they have Trent Grisham, Aaron Judge, and Bellinger, and they're gonna put all their fruits in the basket of Dominguez and Jones before they go and get somebody through a trade. I don't see, especially Dominguez actually has played pretty well. Yeah, since he's come back. He came back 2 days ago, hit a home run immediately. They were saying on the broadcast he had to fly commercial because he wasn't with the team. They couldn't find his bats. He had to go to all these different baggage claims, found his bats, gets over to the stadium, and then hits a home run. Like, that's a pretty cool story. But I think they continue with those two before they ever move on to somebody else, unless it's the right deal. So that's my only thing with an outfielder. So the last couple I have on this list, I'm just counting really quick, 3 more on this list, all relief pitchers.
Let's do it.
I'm going to start with my good fit but don't see it, and it kind of falls into the same territory as another player. Actually, I'm going to say don't see it. I'm not going to say love it but never going to happen because I don't know if I love it. Josh Hader, again, Houston Astros. They need relief pitching. He has not been the same pitcher he was a couple of years ago.
What's his contract?
I have no idea what his contract. I don't know any of the contracts of any of these people.
No, that's what
I just took people from rumors and put them on a list.
Fair.
That was the extent of how I did.
He's only 32.
Yeah, he's not that old. He's just kind of gone downhill a little bit from what he was. but he's not that bad. He's not that old, and they need relief pitching. So that's my first one. I'm going to put that at. Personally, I think it's a 2 of a. It's a good fit because they need relief pitching, but same reasons as Pena, I don't think it's
Got
going to
2
happen.
years left. He's out after this year. He's got 2 years left, so actually not that terrible of a contract.
How much does he get paid per year?
19.
Oh, okay.
So
Not
as long
awful.
as he's not the worst, no. My first thought is to love it, and I think it's a fit.
So you love it and you think it's a fit.
I do.
What do you
Because I
think
think
that trade does? Like, how do you think they pull that trade off? Do you think they have to give up big prospects, or do you think it's like,
it depends on, again, I think I want to avoid the contract conversation, but I think it's such a big part of it. Like, I think it's dependent on if they can get them to eat some of the money. So I think if it's the Yankees being like, I'll take all the money, but I'm not giving you any of my top guys, like, I think that would be, like, depends on what they want to do. So I think just in the sense of an addition of Hader to the bullpen, I think you have an experienced guy that's done it. And I always think that when someone gets traded to the Yankees, that they're just going to up it a little bit more. So either it's a veteran that's coming off a bad start to the year, I think they're going to want to up it. If it's a young player getting traded to the Yankees, they're like, I'm on the Yankees now. I got to do it, like what Jazz did.
yeah?
I think
Well,
there's some of that to it.
I will say for all the people that are going to say Devin Williams or all these other people that struggled, playing for the Astros the last couple of years is a much different type of pressure than playing for like the Brewers. I know the Brewers have
Yes.
been good, but it's a different type of pressure and stuff like that. I'm happy to bump it to a 30 because I want them to go get a relief pitcher.
Because I think if you add him into the mix, you have another experienced closer. So if Bednar's struggling or out, you have Hader now as that automatic option. You can now push Cruz back where he doesn't have to be the main setup guy. Then now you have more of a three-headed monster going towards the end of games that you have faith in.
Yeah, and they need that. There's definitely going to be a relief pitcher traded to the Yankees. We just don't know what the level of reliever is going to be that
I think
makes it to the
I
Yankees.
think we know what the level is, and it's not Hader.
Yeah, right. It's going to be some project that's going to end up being a
Yeah.
stud
It's
somehow
going to
because
be
that's how it
some
always works out.
like a Jake Bird. Get a guy from the Rockies with a 5 ERA and be like, we can tweak it and we can get that down. Then
Yeah,
fool around with it.
and
I think
hopefully
that's
it
what it's going to be.
happens.
Yeah.
Here was one of mine was a good fit and they should make the move. There's 2 left. One is one that I think they should do. It was in a couple of rumors, but that's the one I'm going to do now. The second one was probably the most rumored name I saw out of all the relievers with the Yankees. So we'll go with the one I think that good fit and they should do it is AJ Puck. He's with the Diamondbacks right now.
I think I heard that name last year.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he was brought up last year. He was on the block. He's been on a couple different teams now. He's on the Diamondbacks. He was on the Marlins. He was on the A's for a while. He was part of the Jesus Luzardo trade, I think it was. He was part of all these different trades. He kind of established himself, I believe it was in Arizona as a reliever. Lengthy, flame-throwing lefty. I just, again, same reasons we gave for Hader. We just need more arms you could trust, need more arms you could put out there, and he's pretty good. And he was rumored, but not as heavily rumored. But I think he'd be a good fit. He has about a 3.3 ERA right now. Not a ton of strikeouts. I just looked, but I think he'd be a great fit for the team.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, I remember seeing his name because he had a great year last year. I don't know if it was in a trade situation, but I definitely heard his name about last year. But yes, I agree with you. I think that's the move to make if you're going to go for a. I don't know how expensive it would be.
I don't think he's that expensive, but I don't know how many. The thing is, I don't know how many
The
years he
years
has
of
left.
control, yeah.
And the big thing with him is I don't know if he's still on, and I don't know how long, but I know he got injured recently. So there are probably people screaming at the screen right now, like, he's out for the year. I'm not 100% sure. I do know he got hurt at some point, and I just don't know if he's still out. It doesn't even look like he pitched this year, so maybe he was hurt last
Tommy
year.
John.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, if he comes back, then maybe they'll make a trade for him. Who knows? That was just somebody that was in rumors that I thought would be really good. So the last one I have was the most heavily rumored one. I don't know much about him. I don't know. This is the one I'm like, you might have to look this one up to know who it is. Brock Burke, relief pitcher for the Reds. So I'm clicking on his name right. Oh, I thought I was clicking on his name. Clicking on his name right now. He has a 3 ERA. Where's his stats? I'll say his stats for everybody. He's been in the league since 2019. Never really been amazing. He was pretty good with the Angels last year. Had a 3.36 ERA. Even when he got traded to the Angels actually halfway through the year in 2024. He was pretty good with them then as well. This year he has a 3 ERA. In where is it? 33 innings. Not too bad. 30 Ks as a reliever. He's like their second option at closer right now, but I don't know if he's like someone they see like the Yankees would go after. This seems like more of like what you were just talking about, a guy with a 5 ERA that the Yankees then go after. Yeah. It seems more like this for this type of guy, but he's the most rumored guy I found of everybody that was rumored to the Yankees.
Yeah, I've never heard of him. From a quick look, it seems like a move the Yankees would make. Like, just
I think that's why it was the most rumored one, because it seems like their type of move.
That's a random guy that come in and then pitch high leverage innings, and it's either going to work beautifully or fail dramatically.
Fail miserably. Work beautifully or fail miserably. It's going to be one of the two. 2 games of postseason, he's pitched 2/3 of an inning, 1 walk, 5 earned runs.
Nice.
Not a great postseason. It was with the 23 Texas Rangers though, so he would be a championship winning pitcher coming in. I get what should we put for that one? Should we just put that as like a 3 because they need a reliever and it's been super rumored, or is this I guess
I think because anything bullpen related will probably be a good fit unless they get like a long reliever. I think for the bullpen, as long as they get they need someone for high leverage, which is typically expensive. So I don't know if they're like a hater. So I think they're going to get someone that will most likely just eat middle relief innings.
Or be high leverage at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. All right. So let's go through the list. This is the final list that we have. So we have Skubal, Detmers, Schmidt, and that's it. As good fit, but don't see it. We have Luis Arraez as the only bad fit on this entire list. We have Mike Trout as the only bad fit, but wouldn't hate it of this entire list.
Yeah.
So we only have one of each of those, which is kind of funny. Hater, Burke, Puck. Puck might have to move out. I didn't know he was on the 60-day IL when I was doing this list. That's on me. I should do better research. Anyway, Hater, Puck, Burke, Buxton, Abrams, Neto, Goodman are all under good fit and should do it. And then Jeremy Pena is the only love it but never going to happen.
Yeah.
So for most of these, we're like, Yankees, make some moves. We like all these. Make some goddamn moves.
Go get a shortstop. Go get a catcher. Go get a high
shortstop, catcher, reliever, and throw a couple starters in there too. Get a whole new team, except for Judge. Go get everybody else.
Well, now everyone's getting hurt.
Everybody's getting hurt, or they're just not hitting the ball, or the prospects they think are going to be really good, and then they're just not that good, which seems to happen a lot with the Yankees. Anyway,
just another episode.
Just another episode. Thank you guys for listening to the Crosstown Nine. You can find us on social media, wherever you get your social media, at Crosstown Nine. And you can get us wherever you get your podcasts, whether you're listening or watching. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else. So go ahead and check us out. We will be coming back next week with an episode that will be recorded a week earlier because we are both unavailable, but we want to make sure we bring an episode. It'll be the best Yankees of the 2020s, or I guess we'll do the all 2020s team would be a better way way of explaining that. The All 2020s Yankees team. So you're not going to want to miss that next week. Follow us on socials to see all the updates and things like that. And all the clips that John over here has been doing. He's been crushing the clips. So if you want to see the clips, go ahead and do that. Again, before we go, congratulations to your Knicks. I know you're still celebrating that. Good job on the Knicks. Hopefully one day my team will be there. You know, there was a post that went out where they were predicting, we'll do quote unquote, predicting the champions. And you know what it said in 2028? Orlando Magic. So I can hold on to that. We are the predicted 2028 on this meme champions. So hang that in the rafters. There's not much up there right now anyway. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next week. This has been Crosstown 9. See you later.
God's